This can't all be true.
I am like really having trouble even beginning to write this review. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, the Mission Impossible franchise has been my favorite movie franchise ever since I was introduced to it back in 2011 with Ghost Protocol. I started with 4, watched 5 and 6 when they were released in theaters, and then subsequently went back to watch 1, 2, and 3. I am in love with these movies. And when Dead Reckoning was announced as a part 1 to a 2-part finale, I could not have had higher expectations. I didn't end up totally loving Dead Reckoning, but still had a ton of fun and had it ranked somewhere in the middle of my list. But having just got out of the Final Reckoning, I have to be completely honest with you guys. That's what we do here. We tell the truth. This movie, Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning, is a no-holds-bar, all-out throw ride, nonsensical shit show. Will you have fun with this movie? Yes. Does it do the job of successfully landing the series finale plane on the runway? I'm sorry, but not really. No spoilers here, of course, but the scene in the trailer that you see of Tom Cruise like hanging off the side of the biplane, desperately trying to not die as he lands it, that's how Tom Cruise and Christopher McQuarrie landed this movie. The first act of the movie moves at breakneck speed, and that is not a compliment. There's so much information thrown at your face that you'd actually have to be a real-life IMF agent to understand what the hell's going on. And I don't mean like, oh, the plot's too confusing, I don't understand what's going on. Mission Impossible Fallout has a very dense plot and is one of the great action movies ever made. I mean, like, this movie has information about the world, where everyone is, certain developments with characters seemingly out of nowhere, location hopping out the ass, and then throw on top of all that a convoluted plot, and I found myself extremely concerned about 30 minutes in. The first act felt so off that it had shades of last-minute Captain America Brave New World reshoots due to poor test screenings or something like that. I don't know. Even the light the fuse moment felt so minimal and rushed. The movie found its footing, thankfully, about midway through the second act, which means with the runtime of this movie that you still got a movie's worth of movie to watch. And from then on out, it felt like a solid mission movie. The action set pieces are breathtaking, some of the best of the franchise, and at certain points I started laughing out loud because I was so terrified at what Tom Cruise, that crazy bastard, was doing. All that stuff is great, but here's where the movie falls short completely of all other installments in the franchise save for Mission Impossible 2. With this movie being billed as the series finale, the stakes are so through the roof, the world is at stake, that there's no time to show any personality. And I do think that's the fatal flaw of Dead Reckoning, and more so The Final Reckoning. I think what Christopher McQuarrie and Tom Cruise misunderstood about what makes these movies so beloved isn't just that Tom Cruise does some crazy shit. Like, we all love that. That's fun. But it's the silliness we have along the way. My favorite mission moments, some involving stunts and some not, always have various levels of silliness or fun throughout them. From Jeremy Renner's, "Your rope's not long enough,"
No shit!
to the moment of,
Whoa. Are you okay to drive? A minute ago you were dead.
What are you talking about?
These movies always felt like grown-up children playing in adult sandboxes, and when things needed to be serious, they were serious, and when things can be a little whimsical, we're not afraid to be a little whimsical. Dead Reckoning started to stray away from that, and Final Reckoning put that shit to bed. The whole world is at stake, so we don't have time for funny moments, Simon Pegg one-liners, Tom Cruise shrugs, or anyone calling out just how crazy all this is. This felt like a Mission Impossible movie devoid of self-awareness, and I think this might have been Tom Cruise's Icarus's moment. He flew a little bit too close to the sun. He doubled down on the stunt/action and lost the mission personality along the way. Now, I want to make something very clear here. A below-average Tom Cruise movie is an above-average movie for just about everybody else, and this should be a movie seen in the theater. You will have a good time like I did. I even teared up once or twice, but I think those moments, those tears, came from the fact that this could truly be the last time I see these characters on screen rather than the perfect execution of this movie. Now, with all that being said, Tom Cruise's final mission, should he choose to accept it, is to resist the urge to come back to Ethan Hunt and move on with his career. A mission that, now having seen this movie, might be too impossible to overcome. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to, see more, hit that like button, comment away, and please be sure to subscribe. It's free after all, no charge to you. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time.